parenting is for adults only. And so I've got to then step back and say, as much as I'm feeling irritated and irked right now, is my kid really trying to diss me? Or is my child really seeking reassurance that I love them?
My name is Jenny, and I'm a wife and mom raising 2 kids. But I used to live a more glamorous life as a TV reporter. I was on the nightly news interviewing pop stars and politicians. So when I said goodbye to TV and hello to motherhood, I suddenly discovered what we moms are up against. We live in a world that tells us to be rich and famous, thin and successful. You know, almost nobody says, "Oh, hey, you're a mom? That is fabulous." But you are fabulous, and I'm here to tell you why.
It's ChannelMom with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
Brought to you by the Healthy Marriage Project. Just click on one of their ads to find out about a healthy relationship workshop near you.
I want to say to the listener 2 things. During these teenage years, like you got a 15 and 11-year-old, it is a season that's tough. It is hard. I mean, all seasons are, but there are these moments when you move from the control of the tot to now you move to the counsel to the teen. And teens don't always receive our counsel. And then there's going to come the moment when we must relinquish them, when they leave the home. You cannot control the ultimate outcomes in your children. And when we begin to experience that they are disregarding us as parents, and we're trying to prevent them from experiencing the pain that we did, and yet they disregard us, they don't seem to respect us, and it's not that we're narcissistic. We realize their rudeness is inappropriate, and it certainly de-energizes us. It gets tough, and there were many times Sarah and I through those years, felt like just total failures.
I really think, Dr. Eggerichs, that raising a 13 through 15-year-old is much harder than 2 through 4. I mean, 2 through 4, I loved. They were cute. They were darling. Every time I walked in the door, I love you, Mommy. I love you. And they wanted hugs and kisses and to be held. And the teenage thing is a whole different deal. So I want you to tell folks today about the family crazy cycle that develops when there's respect and love issues, and then the energizing cycle. And I also want to get to decoding and diffusing. We've got 10 minutes to do that. So tell folks about the family crazy cycle.
Here's what I discovered. God has put agape love in the parent's heart. We love our children unconditionally. But our children don't always feel that love because we don't like them, and we're provoking them. We're exasperating them because they're exasperating us. We're provoking them because they're provoking us. And what happens then, the crazy cycle kicks in. When a child feels unloved, it's very natural for that child to react in a way that feels disrespectful to a parent. And when a parent feels disrespected, it is very natural for them to appear very unloving, and thus the family crazy cycle. Without love, a child reacts without respect. Without respect, a parent reacts without love. Then without love, and this thing spins.
Yeah. You talk about decoding, and I want to get to that and how that ends up playing into the energizing cycle, because I found that great advice.
Well, that's the first point we make in the book. When we get on that crazy cycle, and it happens to all of us, it happens instantaneously. It can happen, everybody's happy and it's all excited, and within 5 minutes, the crazy cycle kicks in. And I mean, it's chaos. So the question is, what do we do at that moment? And we talk about this word decode. We've got to decode, because through the years with my kids, they would disregard me, and I was feeling disrespected, and I was even feeling offended. But the challenge before me was, is my child actually feeling unloved here? In other words, did I say or do something that my child was feeling unloved? When Joy, my daughter, was 4, she said she was sick, and she wanted me to lie down with her. So I lay down with her, and as we're there, laying there, she says, "Give me a hug." And I said, "Oh, so that's it. You need a little loving." And she said, "Yes, and you should know that."
Oh, yeah.
And so I learned early on that there are things going on in that child where they're needing reassurance of love, but sometimes they communicate it in a way that feels very disrespectful to us.